Hail, brothers and sisters. I salute all the members of Delphi. Today, I have something that has to be discussed because not only did it happen in my life personally, just recently actually, but it seems to be happening a lot to people that keep coming to me with these kinds of problems. So based on my own examples of this situation, I'm going to discuss it in some terms. And as usual, we define our terms by the things going on around us. So let's begin, shall we, with a discussion I like to call rogue versus unity. Now, to start what I'm talking about, let's define rogue action behavior. In my own life, I could define this a number of different ways. I could define it by the so-called greatest wrestling organization ever, who apparently, whoever it is that runs their fan website on Facebook, has a habit of not only comment bombing, but holding back comments in the hope that it will stop me from telling people the truth. But how could I possibly tell people the truth if they already know? How is it they could not already know what's going to happen at Night of Champions, no matter which way it flips exactly? Not just what happens that night, but what goes on afterward. And so, because of this, now they run and scramble to try and come up with new ideas because they realize, oh, the fans, they realize what's going on, and we need to do something to bring them back to our side and change this. Well, what do? I could have swore I told you what to do, but of course you didn't want to listen. And that's fine, that's your right, free will and all. So go ahead, don't listen. And continue not to listen to your fans, and when your ratings go into the toilet, then don't come crying to me and say, I told you so. Because I don't care that your ratings go in the toilet. Yes, I love wrestling. Yes, I believe in what wrestling stands for, but I don't care whether or not you make money. I'm simply out to give the people what they actually want. But you would know that because you won't even let me speak in comments half the time without withholding them. Now let's move on to our next example of this type of rogue behavior. Inside Satanism, as we all know, there are several of these little rogue sects that like to call themselves Satanists and use it as an excuse to hate on other people. And we as Satanists are doing our best to try and remove these people from our way of life because they make us all look bad. We are not all what people see on the movies, and we really are tired of that stereotype. So the ones of us that are actually trying to fix this perception of Satanists find ourselves encountered by the exact thing that we're trying to stop, which is groups inside ourselves that think that they have the right to do whatever they want because of who they think they are. And I will go again with a personal example that was just brought to my attention. A friend of mine, but I won't even say he was technically a friend. He was more another brother of the darkness who was sent by his sect through a shadow account to spy on me in the hopes that they would find some kind of information to try and use to defame me, to make me stop. Why? Well, according to the messages that he showed me, I think they're afraid of me. And I think I know why. And it's because at the end of the day, these people are not quite as Satanist as they claim. Because they have another priority besides being Satanists. And that would be something akin to what, this? They have SS up in there. And because they have SS up in there, they have decided that SS and Satanism are the exact same thing and have to be treated under the exact same rules. But that is not fair because most of us, even most of us inside Satanism, don't share that bigotous belief that any group of people by birth is responsible for all the problems that the world has. Because unfortunately, all the world is responsible for the problems that the world has. For those that do it, and for those that don't do anything about it. Based on this, these people what I will refer to as one of two things from this point forward. Either the JOSSS or Nazi zombies. Another cute little term I came up with to define people who decided that the only person who could ever tell anybody how to do anything right died several years ago, and that his name was Adolf Hitler. Now, I won't call Hitler the stupidest man that's ever lived, but he also wasn't very intelligent if he turned the whole world against one race and let everybody watch him do it, knowing that they were going to try and stop him. Because no one race will accept ever being exterminated. If you don't believe me in today's aspect, why don't you look up the Yazidis? Some that a lot of us might consider our satanic ancestors, just because they were in the dark before we were. And they knew things about the darkness that some of us still don't know. So these people now, our ancestors, are being driven out of their homeland, and that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to the entire rest of the world, because all we're supposed to care about is ISIS. But yet, our satanic ancestors can have their religion and their beliefs and everything knocked to the side and be driven away from their homeland by their own people. Meanwhile, here in the United States of America, Satanists can be held down and oppressed, like our current black mass in Oklahoma, that they say because there's a bunch of people that don't like the fact that we're Satanists that we shouldn't be allowed to do anything. And I oppose that belief, because this is America and we have the right to believe whatever we choose to. So, based on all this, I now find out that even though I am this person that does believe in all these things, that these people inside my own faith are threatening other people to spy on me and trying to force them to get information out of me so that they can find ways to plot against me to either have me defamed or dead. And these are supposed to be my family. So I'm going to say this, and I mean it. I don't care what somebody's religious name is. I don't care who they think they are, because all these people who have hidden away have tried to think of other ways to get rid of me, to make me stop. And the reason for that is because I tell them the truth and they don't like it. Well, I don't care who anybody thinks they are, because obviously I'm ballsy enough to call out somebody like Brock Lesnar because I don't like who he is. So if I'm not afraid of him, why would I be afraid of a bunch of people who would never even stand in front of me face to face, because they've already told multiple people that they've been trying to throw magic at myself and my friends and turn my friends against me. These people that actually think they have the ability to hurt me with magic. And it's been tried for years and years and years. It's been tried by many high-ranking people, and they keep asking themselves, how is it that we do all this and he's still not only alive but healthy and standing up still making these movies? And it's because they can't hurt me, because I actually understand how magic works, and I train the people that actually come to me for proper training on how magic actually works, and then they too don't have to worry about these kind of people, because I am not afraid of Tom Eric Spotnik. I'm not afraid of Nazi zombies, and I am not afraid of Brock Lesnar, and I am not afraid of any human being on this planet. And the members of my family know why. It's not just because of who I am right here. It's because of who stands behind me when I do these things, and why I have to do them in the first place. Because if the world wasn't really this stupid, then what would I have to speak about? Hail to the Father and all his true children.